and like there's blood splattered everywhere. It was a lot of fun. But the actress, because they had a female Judas, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, interesting.
And she was supposed to be like hitting his hand, and she was like, it was like a rubber mallet, but I was like, okay, this is shot 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is how we're gonna do it. And like, you know, we were shooting it really quick in like somebody's basement, and I could tell she was really uncomfortable because like we didn't have stunt people, and she was like worried about slipping. I'm like, okay, there's gonna be an angle on you, and I'm gonna do the stunt. I'm gonna do the swing the hammer. She's like, okay, thank you, because I'm like, I can immediately read. I'm like, now can you do this? You don't have to actually. You can come this close to his hand. You don't have to get that close. And she's like, I was like, okay, all you got to do, his hand's not even there. You just got to hit the table.
Right.
And then on the close up of his hand, I was like, Brandon, I'm gonna hit your hand with the hammer, so she doesn't have to do it. And I said, look, and I started smacking my hand with it. I was like, it doesn't hurt. I said, I know your hand's gonna be laying down. I said, I will control it because I've done this before. I was like, if I accidentally hit you, you get to hit me with it. You get a free hit. For every time I do, you get a free hit. And he's like, okay. I was like, I need you to trust me. He goes, I trust you. Didn't hit him once or whatever, but like, you know, like that was the insert. And they were like, wow. I was like, well, I kind of believe in not asking someone to do something that I wouldn't be comfortable doing. And I was like, look, I put my hand down and hit it with the hammer a couple times. I'm like, it stings, but it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna break anything. I'm not gonna swing it that hard. And it's like, you know, you see that and they're like, oh, okay, then it's like you kind of created a little safer. Normally you would do that with stunt people, but it was a local theater video, and I was like, we had 3 people in a room, and I was like, this is how we're doing it. So, but you're right, you have to just not be a dick, I guess. That's really what it comes down to. You know, good people like to work with good people, so just try to be a good person, maybe.
Yeah, I was doing a show. I was working on a show for Deku, and we had this actor come in, and it was going to require a shot of full frontal nudity on his part, and he was a little nervous about it. But I said, you know, it's gonna be close set. Only the people who need to be there will be there, so make you as comfortable as possible for you. And he's like, I said, you just need you to trust me. And he's like, okay, I trust you. He's like, I trust you 100%.
Thank you for coming.
He said, I trust you 100%. He said, just don't. He goes, everything will be fine if you don't spacey me. And I said, well, if I do, I'll Cosby you first, so you won't know that.
Oh my!
Wow. So but it was fun. We didn't. The whole thing was scrapped before we got to do it, but he was, it was about trust. He was ready to do it. So because and that's really the most important thing a director can do with his people.
Yeah, because we put people in very uncomfortable situations. Like we were doing this. We were friends. I wouldn't do this with anyone I didn't know, but we were doing this really kind of uncomfortable like sex scene in a movie, and the actress is a friend of mine. Like, I don't remember what it was. It was some video on YouTube where someone like really dubbed like a really filthy rap song over the Muppets.
Okay.
And she thought it was hilarious. And like we were like during like lunch break before we were watching, she was cracking up. So like to break tension every once in a while, like every time I called cut, I had that song queued up and I'd play it, and then they would just start cracking up, and I was like, they kind of lighten the tension. It's like, okay, you ready to do another take? And then we would like reposition and do that.
That's cool.
Or whatever. And she's like, yeah, it made the set fun.
That's great.
You know, but that's also like knowing and understanding the person, and not just be like, because you have to know, hey, it's like when you're colleagues, but you kind of have to at least temporarily know people enough as a friend where you can be like, I think this is going to make you feel more comfortable. I think this is going to push you up to the comfort zone that's going to work for the scene, because sometimes you have to go up as far as you can up to that line. But it's, I don't know. But I love that part. Like I love just trying to figure out like, how do we get that magic moment you're talking about when you see it's like it's performed right, it's done right. It's like once you get that shot, you're like, we got it. Because it's like I was like, pain is temporary, but film is forever. It's like once you have that shot, it's like it's done. And I always tell people, they're like, I know you're tired, I know you want to go home, I know we're like an hour and a half over schedule, and this is just crazy, and everybody's like sore and sweaty and tired, and it hasn't been the most fun day. But I need one more, and you can hate me now, but you'll hate it worse if in a month we're like, you know what, we could have gotten a better take. You know, because it's like sometimes you just got to push through and get that, and that's I don't know, that's I think part of the fun.
And the glamour.
If you're a masochist, I guess. Tangent. Sorry.
The story about the Muppet video reminded me of the story from the set of Game of Thrones when they first season when they did the sex scene with Khal Drogo and Daenerys Targaryen.
Yeah.
Emilia Clarke was nervous, so when Jason Momoa came out, he had on a pink polka dotted sock to break the tension.
Of course he does.
Oh, that Jason.
I remember that too, and apparently like she was laughing so hard they had to stop for like 15 minutes because she couldn't
Yeah.
act
That's-
anymore for a
Had to
while.
clean
That's
up and
awesome.
redo her makeup and everything.
And I see pictures on Instagram of them running into each other. It makes me so happy because their smiles are so pure.
They're so adorable. It's like when they first met at the airport and he just runs up to her, hugs her, and goes, "Wifey!"
I know about that too because I love Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But I think that'll be it for the panel, guys. Thank you. I know
Thank
it's a
you
small
for
having
panel.
us. Where's my t-shirt?